It was a cold, rainy night in New York City. One of those evenings where the streets are empty except for the occasional cab splashing through puddles. I had just finished a long, exhausting shift and all I wanted was to get home. The subway station felt unnervingly quiet when I descended the steps, the sound of my footsteps echoing against the damp walls. The platform was nearly empty, save for a few discarded coffee cups and a flickering light that seemed to mock my unease. I checked my phone. No service. The night silence pressed in as I waited for the last train. When the train finally screeched into the station, its doors opened with a hollow clang. I stepped inside, relieved to see another passenger, a man. At first I thought nothing of him, though his disheveled coat and his unkempt hair hinted at someone down on their luck. But as I sat down, he moved directly across from me, locking his eyes on mine. "Long night, huh?" he said, his voice raspy but oddly casual. I nodded politely, hoping he'd lose interest, but his gaze didn't waver. His smile was too wide, his teeth yellowed and uneven. "Funny thing about these late trains," he continued, leaning forward, "you never know who you're sharing them with." That's when I felt it, the shift in the air, the weight of danger settling in. I glanced around the car, realizing with growing dread that we were completely alone. He started talking more, his tone casual but laced with something sinister. He asked where I lived, what I did for work, but I stayed vague, mumbling short answers while gripping my bag tightly. Then I saw it, a flash of metal in his hand. A knife, small but unmistakable. He twirled it absent-mindedly, his eyes still on me. "People don't pay attention these days," he murmured, almost to himself. "You could disappear and who would even notice?" My heart raced, but I forced myself to stay calm, to not show fear that was threatening to overwhelm me. The train slowed as we approached the next station. I calculated my chances. Would I have time to run before he acted? The doors opened, and without thinking I bolted. I heard him shout something, but I didn't look back. My legs carried me up the stairs and onto the rain-slicked streets above. I kept running until I was surrounded by people again, the warm lights of a 24-hour diner drawing me in. It wasn't until I sat down, trembling and soaked, that I realized just how close I had come to becoming an other story that no one would believe.